I'm Hunter Anness here with Coach Fisher, and we are here to preview the game before Perry Meridian. So, Coach, last week Chase Valentine absolutely stole the show. He had 200-plus yards on the ground and scored 4 touchdowns. How does his play give the team confidence heading into this week?
Well, I think it's always valuable to have a guy that you can count on, that you can go to. The great thing about us offensively is, and I say this all the time, balance for us is, can we throw it and create big plays? We throw the ball to score, not we run the ball to move the chains. But we've got to run the ball on the perimeter and run the ball on the inside. So if you think about it, last week's game, Dalton Murray and Desmond Singleton had great success on the perimeter in the second half, especially in the third quarter, because we had success running between the tackles with Chase at the beginning of the game. When they decide to bring the safeties forward and rotate to our perimeter run game, that gives us a chance to throw the ball in the seam, whether that was to Max Sullivan or whether that was to Chase up the seam. So for us, it's the ability to take what the defense gives us. So it was Chase's night, against Columbus East week 1. Desmond and Dalton Murray both ran for, about 100 yards apiece on the perimeter. It just depends on what the defense gives us that week. And the great thing is our guys are unselfish enough to understand that.
Yeah, so speaking of that, though, last game we did see a lot more passing. Brighton has always tended to be a run-heavy team, but Brant had 119 yards. Is that just like what you said, taking what the defense gives you, or is this a trend?
It absolutely is. I mean, it's something that we're always prepared to do. It kind of depends on, how many safeties are they going to keep deep? What kind of coverage is at man or zone? What are they going to do? Are they a 2-high or a 1-high team? It kind of depends on what they give you and what they do. And when teams want to rotate safeties down and load the run game on us, it gives us the ability to throw the ball in those seams. So, again, it's all of kind of a read the defense and take what they give you.
Last week you had a huge rivalry win over Franklin. So now you stay at home and you face Perry, who are 0-4. How do you make sure you don't just overlook this opponent?
Well, I think it's always about, practicing to seize momentum. When you do have a positive win and you do have a positive reaction to it the next day is how you create momentum. So, you can let momentum slide. You only get one chance to take advantage of momentum. So that's what we've been talking about. Now, to take advantage of momentum, you got to get better at the little things that you do. So for us, there were some errors in the kicking game that we needed to fix, and obviously nothing was perfect. So for us, it's about playing to the standard that we want to play. It's not about necessarily playing an opponent every week. It's usually about making sure that at practice you prepare to correct the mistakes that you made the week before, so you keep improving and getting better every day. And go 1-0 is what we talk about all the time, and that's kind of where we are.
And you mentioned mistakes in the kicking, but on extra points, Cristobal was 6 for 6, and he also added a 37-yard field goal. How does it help you as a coach knowing you have a kicker you can rely on, though?
Well, I think the number one most important thing is, his ball placement on punts and kickoffs too, not just the points that he scores, but his ability to place the ball where we need it to place with the trajectory on the punt that we need, those kinds of things. And those are all things we're still working on. They're developing. But yes, from an offensive play calling standpoint, there's a point on the field where you get to where you say, hey, I don't want to lose any more yardage because we're in his field goal range. So having a good kicker does play into your play calling in, when you get into that red zone area where that changes depending who your kicker is. So it's easy for us. It makes it a little bit better to know that we're going to have points from a certain spot.
All right, definitely. Thank you, Coach Fisher, and thank you, guys.
Thank you.